Going on? If you saw the video that I posted last night talking about pitchers, I said that I would talk about stacks. The only reason why I didn't do that last night was I would just wanted to see data. Because with pitchers, you can kind of sort of figure out who's going to be chalk and who's going to be contrarian, whereas with stacks, it's kind of the same way, but sometimes it just kind of surprises you. So we're going to look at data from the pitcher side, and then we will look into stacks. So there's one thing that kind of shocked me about looking at this a little earlier. Chris Sale, 12%. Kind of knew that. Wheeler, I kind of knew was going to be projected to be low owned. Alcantara is interesting in this spot, and it makes sense with the high strikeout team and the Angels just aren't good. But we also have Coors slate tonight, and the Yankees are in town. So I think what a lot of people are going to do, especially for cash games, they're going to play either one of these guys and then just load up on Coors guys. I can sort of understand why Schmidt is only projected at 2% just because it's at Coors, and if someone whacks the ball, you know, it's going out of the yard. I was pretty much I was kind of wrong last night. There were a couple pieces that I liked. Melee, I'm kind of shocked he's only projected for 3% just because it's against my White Sox. I'm sliding through 2% Cameron. I kind of figured with that just because I mean he's only got 2 games under his belt. Like I said last night, if you're playing multiple lineups, get a mix of like maybe these three guys, Melee, Schmidt. And then if you really want to be ballsy and have a little bit more fun, you can go with Cameron. Everyone else is not really worth playing. Um, yeah, that's about it. So we're gonna check out stacks right now. Clear-cut favorite, obviously, is the Yankees. I have no idea who Tanner Gordon is. 7.6 team total. I mean, in pretty much every lineup that you play, you have to have some sort of Yankee. I don't even know. I'll check my phone right now. I'll go to the slate and figure it out, but Judge is just gonna be expensive. He is on FanDuel, he is 5,300. That is absurd. But if I were you and you're playing multiple lineups, have them be your secondary stack. Mix in some Dodgers, Texas Rangers. Try to mix in some of these teams. It's kind of interesting here with the Mets. Clayton Kershaw got absolutely rocked his first start back. I'm gonna pull up his like what actually he pitched 4 innings, gave up 5 runs, 3 walks, 5 earned against the Angels. Do I expect that to happen again tonight? No, but it's interesting. The whole ownership for the Mets stack is projected for 2%. I wouldn't necessarily make them your main stack, but you can definitely get some pieces if you do like a 4-3-1 or what's the other one? 4-2-2, whatever it is. You can definitely get some pieces there just to get a little different. I'm trying to see. Tampa is interesting here. Early on in April, I was playing a lot of Tampa, and shockingly, they didn't really disappoint that much. Um, 5 run total. Eric Lauer, no idea who he is. Mixing in some bats there. I would honestly say for main stacks, these 5 teams here are the teams that you should be looking into. If you're playing cash games, You're obviously going to have like Judge. Your pitcher's going to be probably Kikuchi or Alcantara. Um, if you're playing tournament GPP lineups, maybe have some Yankees, but I wouldn't necessarily go overboard with having them be your main stack. Philly is interesting. Jeff Springs is okay. He doesn't, if I remember correctly, he doesn't have huge strikeout upside. Jesus Christ. Miles Mikolas has been okay this year, but going up against Arizona, I mean, every time my Twitter notifications go off, there's always a Diamondback, whether it's Suarez, Marte, Perdomo, Corbin Carroll, someone is hitting a home run. Texas against Sean Burke. Sean Burke is supposed to be the next big White Sox pitcher. Probably won't be within the next few years that he becomes real good. I know Texas has struggled, but this could potentially be a game where they start to turn things around in this series against the White Sox. Kind of interesting little narrative here is Jake Berger is coming back to Chicago. I'm not saying play him in all your lineups, but there's a little history there. Potentially, he can do something. He's probably going to be low owned. Dodgers against Griffin Canning. He's been solid. I would imagine some regression coming up just because this Dodgers offense is absolutely insane and they haven't really shown it. It kind of seems like they've been good, but not like, I mean, one of the MLB power rankings had Detroit as like the best team in the MLB, and I think like the Dodgers were like top five or something. So it's crazy because you're used to seeing the Dodgers and the Yankees up here, but you can get a little, not necessarily, but you can get somewhat a little difference with Dodgers bats. This is a little interesting here. Maybe these two. Again, the way that this works is obviously the chalky bats here in the New York Yankees are up here, and everything down here, if you're like, oh, I like Detroit, that should be your secondary stack. Now you can make multiple lineups and have Detroit be your four-player stack, and then you can have, two Yankees and then like two Tampa. You can do stuff like that. And it's such a big slate that I'm not saying, hey, anything can happen. I mean, it really can, but you'll have better chances of having like maybe from Tampa up here being your four main, and then maybe even mixing in two here and then two over here as well. I pretty much agree with the list. So it has, team total, stack percentage, value, ownership. And then their stack score. Yankees, clear-cut favorites. Obviously, in Colorado, the ball is going to travel. I wouldn't put it past Aaron Judge if he turns on a ball, he's going to hit one like 550. I would also look at other options because you can find some Yankee bats that probably won't be super high owned and you can get somewhat of an advantage, I'd say. But I would focus more on these teams in your main stacks. Look into the Mets, look into Detroit, and that's pretty much it. So that'll do it for today. Hopefully, we can make some money today. Make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next week.